An individual reported an experience which, at the time, was unique to him. He was suddenly attacked by a virulent disease and collapsed on the floor. He was carried off to another room in the facility where various individuals tried to figure out what happened to him and what to do about it. After he revived, he reported that he had been outside his body, up at ceiling level, looking down on it lying on the floor with the individuals around him trying to revive him. As a new experience, and without any formal training, he did not know how to direct the force to cure the attack of illness, but he was able to consciously observe the entire proceeding. After being revived, he wound up bedridden for some time with a serious case of amoebic dysentery, brought on by the weakening of his vital envelope through a case of sunstroke he experienced just a few days earlier during a visit to Oroville, back before it was forested and shaded. It was only later, much later, that he was able to learn about the technique the mother describes here. The mother observes, quote, "I have known some truly extraordinary instances. If you can at the moment, take an example which is quite concrete, sunstroke. This upsets you considerably. It is one of the things which makes you most ill. A sunstroke upsets everything. It disturbs the inner functions. It generally causes a congestion in the head and very high fever. So, if this has happened, if it has succeeded in getting through the protection and entering you, well, if you can just go into a quiet place, stretch yourself out flat, go out of your body. Naturally, you must learn this. There are people who do this spontaneously. For others, a long discipline is necessary. Go out of your body, remain above in a way to be able to see the body. You know this phenomenon, seeing one's body when one is outside. This can be done at will, going out of one's body and remaining just above it. The body is stretched out on a bed, a bench, on the ground, anywhere. You are stretched just above it, and from there, consciously, you pull the force from above. And if you are used to doing it, if your aspiration is strong enough, you get the answer. And then, from there, taking care not to re-enter your body, you begin to push these forces into the body, like that, regularly, until you see the body receiving them. For the first few moments they don't enter, because the body is quite upset by the illness. It is not receptive. It is curled up. You push them gently, quietly, without nervousness, very peacefully, into the body. But you must not be disturbed by anyone. If someone comes along, sees you stretched out, and shakes you, it is extremely dangerous. You must do this in quiet conditions. Ask people not to disturb you. Or, better, shut yourself up where they can't disturb you. But you can concentrate slowly. This takes more or less time, 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. It depends upon the seriousness of the disorder which is set in. Slowly, from above, you concentrate the force until you see that the body is receiving, that the force is entering, the disorder is being set right, and there is a relaxation in the body itself. Once that is done, you can get back and you are cured. This has been done for a sunstroke, which is a fairly violent thing, and also for typhoid fever, and many other illnesses, as for instance, for a liver which was suddenly upset somehow, not due to indigestion, but a liver which doesn't function properly for the moment. It may also be cured in the same way. There was a case of cholera which was healed like that. The cholera had just been caught, had entered, but was not yet lodged. It was completely cured. Consequently, when I say that if one masters the spiritual force and knows how to use it, There is no malady which cannot be cured. I don't say it just like that in the air. It is said from experience with the thing. Of course, you will say you don't know how to go out of the body, draw the force, concentrate it, have all this mastery. It is not very frequent, but it is not impossible. And one can be sure that if one is helped, in fact, there is a much easier method. It is to call for help. But the condition in every case, whether one does it oneself and depending only on oneself, or whether one does it by asking someone to do it for one, the first condition, not to fear and to be calm. If you begin to boil and get fidgety in your body, it is finished. You can do nothing. For everything, to live the spiritual life, heal sickness, for everything, one must be calm. End quote. Reference, Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, Powers Within, Chapter 14, Power Over Illness and Pain, pages 115 to 117.